Hi friends, and today we can discuss illustration 6 from the AS13 investments ICI study material illustration 6 we can discuss. So but of course in this problem, and we can see the issue of bonus shares and also right shares, and out of certain right shares, some of the right shares are purchased and some of the rights are sold in the market. So there is a dividend also, pre-acquisition and post-acquisition dividend is there, and even some shares are sold, and of course you have to recognize profit loss. So definitely I can say, and I would like to put a star mark for this, and because it is such an important problem, because it is consisting almost all shares related. Of course all the points are being covered here. Bonus shares are there, right shares are there, purchase of right shares, sale of rights, and pre-acquisition dividend, post-acquisition dividend, and sale of investments, sale of equity shares, working out profit loss. Almost all the points are being covered here. But of course some is very simple and easy, but all the points are covered. So definitely, and we can solve this. So let us see that and how simple it is. So on 1/4/2011, Sundar had 20,000 equity shares of X Limited at a book value 15 rupees, of course face value 10 rupees. Already while opening the investments account, so equity shares in X Limited in the books of Sundar, and already having some opening balance. After that, on June 20th, 5,000 shares are purchased each at 16 rupees from the open market. The directors of X Limited announced a bonus and right issue. No dividend is to be paid on these bonus and right issue of shares. The terms of the issue given like this. Bonus shares is given for every 6 one share given on August 16th. Right shares are offered for every 7. 3 right shares are offered on August 31st. Price is 12 rupees. You can purchase at 12 rupees. Due date of payment for these shares 30th September for the right shares. Okay. So shareholders were entitled to transfer their rights, so as a part or full. You can purchase the right shares, otherwise if you are intended to sell, you can sell the rights also. Rights, sale of rights, not shares. Okay, you can sell your rights or you can purchase the right shares. You can purchase the right shares at a given price of 15 rupees, and if you are not interested to purchase, you can sell the rights to somebody at 2 rupees per each right. Okay, so that 33.33, 1/3 of the rights, so they are actually selling, rights are selling each at 2 rupees, and remaining 2/3 shares are purchased, right shares are purchased by him at provided rate of 15 rupees. Okay, dividend, related to dividends for the year ended 31st March 2011, very importantly, which is last year dividend. Okay, at the end of the last year ending, for the closing date of the last year, last year dividend declared during this year at the rate of 20%, and X received dividend on 31st October 2011. Dividends for shares acquired by him on 26/2011 are adjusted against the cost of purchase. Obviously clearly mentioned on the right shares issue, bonus shares issue, no dividend is there on the opening balance, and there is 5,000 shares are purchased. On opening balance, already shares already having existing, they are with us. So obviously that is the dividend, and we won for that dividend. That is our income, revenue income. 5,000 shares we bought from somebody in the market during this year, means for the period which is dividend declared by the company, for that period we are not the owner, somebody is the owner, but we purchased during this year. Obviously we are having the shares with us. The dividend you may receive, that is called pre-acquisition dividend. For which period dividend declared, for that period somebody is the owner, but of course at the time of declaration we are the owners, so we received the dividend, but it is not our dividend, it is somebody's dividend we received, which is called pre-acquisition dividend. It is to be used to reduce the cost of investment. Of course it is mentioned the same. See that how simple to solve. You are required to prepare in the books of Sundar investment account. Of course you can maintain a small P&L account also. Very simple to work out the P&L also. You may have the P&L, and of course books of Sundar investments account, like equity shares in X Limited. So you may have the date, particulars, number of shares and amount column, because actually you may have the dividend column here and you may transfer to P&L, and of course some of the rights are sold, that should be transferred to P&L. For that it is mentioned clearly, and even while selling of investments the profit should be transferred to P&L. For all of that you have to prepare a small P&L account. Let us have a small P&L account like this. So P&L account also you may have that, and of course you may have the working notes also, so to work out each and every one, right? Let us see that first of all what happened. It is given 1/4/2011, 1/4/2011. So already there is a opening balance in equity shares account, 2 balance brought down. So how many shares we are having? 25,000 shares. Number of shares 25,000, and check it, out of 25,000 shares, each of course 10 rupees face value, but their book value 15 rupees. So let us multiply that 25,000 into 15 rupees. 3,75,000. 3,75,000. These shares are not purchased, these shares are already with us. Okay, you can take like a opening balance. What happened next? It is given 26/2011. 26/2011. It is given that 5,000 shares are purchased at each at 16 rupees. When equity shares are purchased, so investment in equity shares account at to bank account. Okay, write the number of shares 5,000. 5,000 number of shares we purchased at the rate of 16 rupees, and therefore it would be cost, it would be 80,000. 5,000 shares are purchased in the open market at 16 rupees, cost incurred 80,000. Entry investment in equity shares account at to bank account. Okay, so later it is given that the directors of X Limited announced a bonus and right issue. Let us see that working notes, the first point. Let us come to know bonus shares. How it is mentioned regarding bonus shares? For every 6, 1 share offered as a bonus shares. Right now total number of shares 30,000 into for every 6, 1 means 1/6. That is 5,000 bonus shares are offered. Whenever bonus shares are offered, they are given at always free of cost. See that when the bonus shares are offered, 16/8/2011, write there 2 bonus shares. Write in the number of shares column 5,000, cost incurred is nil. No cost incurred for the bonus shares. They are given at free of cost, which is also called capitalization of profits. So later right shares are also offered. How right shares are offered? Let us check it. Totally right now we are having 30,000 shares. Into it is given that for every 7, 3 shares are offered. For every 7, 3 shares are offered. For every 7, 3,000 shares are offered. Right now, sorry, this is 35,000 shares, not 30,000 shares. So we are having 35,000 shares right now. 35,000 shares right now we are having. So for every 7 shares, 3 shares are given. So 7 into 5, 5,000, which is 15,000 right shares are offered. Let us check it what actually happened regarding 15,000 right shares. Totally 35,000 shares we are having right now. For every 7, 3 shares are given, which means 15,000 right shares are offered. You can purchase at 15 rupees. Otherwise you can sell at 2 rupees. So actually you can make into 1/3 and 2/3. 1/3 means 5,000 and 2/3 means 10,000. What happened here? 1/3 shares are sold at 2 rupees. 5,000 into 2 rupees, that is 10,000. This is what sale of rights transferred to P&L account as income. Earlier I said that bank account data to sale of rights to P&L. In the P&L you may write by sale of rights. Bank to sale of rights to P&L, 10,000 you can transfer to profit and loss account. But of course, so here right shares are purchased. So here right shares are purchased, 10,000 into at the provided cost. What is the cost? It is mentioned for the right shares usually offered at so lower price than for market price, 1,50,000. So which is 10,000 shares whenever you purchase, that actually purchase taken place 39/2011. So investment in equity shares account data to bank account, these are the right shares, purchase of right shares. Okay, so how many shares we bought? 10,000 shares we bought, cost incurred 1,50,000. 10,000 shares we purchased, each at the rate of 15 rupees, 1,40,000 purchased. Okay, purchased is shown as a cost, sale of rights to be shown like a transfer to the income as like a P&L account. So come to the next one, dividend. On 31st it is clearly mentioned that so the dividend is not given on the right shares whatever you purchased right now and bonus shares issued right now, and these two shares only will be given, company will give the declare the dividend. And on this balance, these shares already having and opening balance with us even in the last year also, and definitely so we were the owners, and whatever the dividend we receive on these shares, that is a post acquisition dividend, means that is our dividend, we can credit to P&L account. But this whatever the shares 5,000 we purchased in the open market this year, you remember that the dividend declared for which period? 31st March it is, look at that. The dividend for the year 31st March 2011, which is exactly before that date. Actually we started on 1/4/2011. Dividend declared for 31st March 2011 means dividend for the last year, but of course declared and given on October 31st during this year. On these shares, two shares no dividend, on these shares dividend is declared by the company, but for these shares during the declaration period we are the owners, and the receiving period we are the owners, that is our revenue income transferred to P&L account. But this is what pre-acquisition dividend, because on 31st March 2011 earlier to that period somebody is the owner, but here I am the owner, somebody's dividend I am receiving, pre-acquisition dividend, to reduce the cost of investment. Okay, write that. So this particular income I would like to transfer there, that is what the post acquisition dividend, always to be given on the 25,000 shares each 10 rupees, 2,50,000 nominal value, 20%, 2,50,000 into 20%, 50,000 is the dividend. So bank account data to dividend account data to P&L account. So in the P&L account by dividend, 2,50,000 into 20%, that is 50,000. So this is what our dividend, post acquisition dividend, and we are the owners for this, and we can credit to our income. But this is a pre-acquisition dividend. Pre-acquisition dividend means before our acquisition, and for that period dividend declared. Truly somebody is owner, but I am getting the dividend. Pre-acquisition dividend to be used to reduce the cost of investment. Okay, so bank account data to investments account, in the investments by bank. So whenever this is declared and given, and look at that, the dividend so is given on cost of purchase 31st October 2011. 31st October 2011, and you may write it by bank. So this is what pre-acquisition dividend. Okay, that is what 5,000 into 10 rupees, 50,000 face value into 20%. That is what 10,000. It is to be used to the reduce of cost of investment, 10,000 rupees. Okay, right. So that is a pre-acquisition dividend reduced to cost of investment, post-acquisition dividend transferred to P&L account like income. Over. Next, what happened? Finally, it is given like this: on 15th November 2011, 25,000 shares are sold at 15 rupees. When sale of investment bank to investments in the investments by bank. So 31st December 2007 by bank, within bracket sales. Look at that sale happened on 31st on 15/11/2011. The sale has taken place on 15th November 2011. Entry bank to investments in the investments by bank within bracket sale. So how many investments are sold? It is given that 25,000 investments are sold, within bracket 25,000 into sale price at 15 rupees. Okay, so you may calculate this 25,000 into 15, 3,75,000. 3,75,000. So now we need to find out the profit loss while selling the investments based on usually average cost. Based on average cost, we need to find out the profit loss. Okay, let us work out the next working notes. So go to the next working note point. Calculation of profit or loss on sale of investments. First, I would like to know average cost of investment sold. What is the average cost of investment sold? I can say that totally, look at the 25, 30, 35, 10, 45,000 total nominal value. Check it, what is the cost incurred for them. So for this cost incurred, while determining the cost, we have to add 3,75,000 plus 80,000 plus 1,50,000 minus 10,000, because it will reduce your cost. So therefore you may write like this. Okay, 3,75,000 plus 80,000 plus 1,50,000 minus 10,000. So this is what, 5,95,000. Total 45,000 totally right now, while selling the total nominal value in investments what we are having. Total their cost 5,95,000. But we sold 25,000. What is the average cost for them? Simply 25,000 divided by 45,000 into 5,95,000. 5,95,000. Let us check it. 25,000 by 45,000 into 5,95,000. The resulting amount is 3,30,555.5. Otherwise 3,30,556. 3,30,556. That is the average cost of investment sold. We know that sold for, what is the sale value? 3,75,000. By that we can say average cost 3,30,556, but sold at 3,75,000. Definitely there is a profit. Let us check what is the profit here. 3,75,000 minus 3,30,556. 44,444. 44,444 is, which is profit. So whenever investments are sold at profit, entry investments account at to P&L. So in the investments to P&L, 15th November 2011 to P&L, within bracket profit, write in the amount column 44,444. Okay, so and even profit also recorded at the end. Check it, what is the December 31st. That's all. No more transactions. Come to the end of year. So here actually it is mentioned the books to be closed on December 31st 2011. So 31st December 2011, and you have to close the books, it is given. Thereby you can buy balance carry down. Totally the investments what we are having 45,000, but out of them only 20,000 investments still on your hand like a balance. Truly these investments to be valued at cost or market price, whichever is lower. But when market price is given, then you need to compare. But when market price is not given, then I have to write cost price. Obviously if I balance here, it will be the cost price only. Okay, so therefore simply investments to be valued truly cost or market price, whichever is lower. Whenever market price is not given to you, and then just you have to calculate the 20,000 investments you are having. Same in this manner you have to calculate valuation of investments to be done like this. So this is the 45,000 cost is this much. For 25,000 I came to know. Right now 20,000 I would like to know. Therefore simply 20,000 divided by 45,000 into 5,95,000. That is what we can say. 20,000 divided by 45,000 into 5,95,000. Okay, so the resulting amount you can say that cost of so investments, how much it is. Look at that, 2,64,444. Okay, that is a cost of investments. Truly you need not to do that one, and directly even if you balance here, and of course that is the amount only you will get it. Okay, whether you calculate it, even otherwise just you can take like a balancing figure, because obviously the balancing figure will be only at cost price. Okay, even if you calculate that like that, and it will be same. Okay, therefore here it 2,64,444. So now let us check both the sides. Let us both the sides to be tallied. 3,75,000, 80,000, and 1,50,000 plus 44,444. The total 6,49,444. Of course, this side also it should be same for 6,49,444. Okay, let us check it. 10,000 plus 3,75,000 plus 2,64,444, 6,49,444. So that whenever market price is not given and you have to take only cost price, so in that case you need not to value like this also. Balancing figure you can take like, because balancing figure is available at cost only. But whenever market price is given, then you have to check like this, is there cost, and market price also you have to compare. If market price is lower, that is what you have to take. The difference to be amount to be incorporated like a loss, P&L to investments, in the investments by P&L. But when cost price is itself is given, market value not given, you can take only at the cost price. Okay, so this is the simple way to solve this, I can definitely say. So this is a very, very important problem as far as equity shares concerned, variable income is concerned. Why? Because bonus shares are there, right shares are there. Out of them, some right shares are purchased, some of the rights are sold like a revenue income, and sale of investments is there, dividend pre-post acquisition dividend is there. Of course, all the points are here. So therefore, I would like to in the investments to P&L, in the P&L I can write that by equity shares in X Limited. Within bracket you may write it profit. So what is the profit? 44,444. Okay, right. So this is the entire profit what you can say in the P&L account. Simply you may write within bracket extract. What does it mean, extract? Normally in the P&L account we used to write so many items, but extract mean only the related investment items we have shown like this in the P&L. Okay, yes, you may balance it, but truly so many other items also will come, but only investment related P&L items we have shown here. Okay, so of course there was 1,04,444, 1,04,444, 44. Okay, that's all. This is a simple way to solve this. I can definitely say this is quite important problem, because which covers all equity share, variable income securities, all the related items are being covered here. Okay, so please take care. We can discuss the next problem, of course, in the next class, illustration 7. Okay, bye.